Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitch from ATF Gaming, and today we are going to continue our NASCAR Heat Evolution Career Mode playthrough. We are going to try to follow up our pretty abysmal finish at Daytona with hopefully a better run at Atlanta. If you recall, Daytona we kind of got screwed over by a caution right as everybody was pitting, and we got caught a lap down. So today we're going to hope that those kind of shenanigans don't happen. So, we got about $10,000 from the last race, so we can go to our team menu here, and we can afford garage space. So we're no longer working out of our backyard. We are going to buy the garage space. And that unlocks the first 4 upgrades. The actual garage space doesn't improve anything, but we get to... Once we get more money, we get to upgrade our car with these 4 things, and then eventually we can get to the engine shop. Alright, so now we only have $154. So, let's go to Atlanta. Alright, here we are at Atlanta. We're going to go for qualifying. Now we have the group qualifying on. So let's go and qualify for session 1 here. Pull out of our pit stall. Again, we have a pretty terrible car, so I think we should be able to go through the corners without lifting off of the gas pedal, but we'll see. Turn the mirror on for you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I sure am, even though we struggled a little bit at Daytona. We had a chance to get a good finish if it wasn't for that caution. This should be a pretty short playthrough compared to some of the other things I'm doing, but we'll find out here. Alright, we're starting our first lap. Oh, I didn't have to let off the gas at all. That was a pretty good corner. Now, I'm not going to know how our lap compares until other people run. I came out, I think I was first out on the track, so will be the time to beat for a little while. Let's see what we get here. We got a 33.52, not too bad. Let's see if we can improve on that. We'll do 2 laps, and then we might come in the pit road for some adjustments. I'll bring up the leaderboard. See, we're the only one with a lap so far. Brian Scott beat us, which is rather depressing. Let's see if we can improve on that with this lap. This will be our last lap in this run. I can come in the pit road and make some adjustments. Alright, we didn't improve on that, so we're going to come in and change the tires. I know, very unrealistic, but they give us that choice here. So we are ahead of Ryan Ellis, but let's see if I can make an adjustment and improve. I would at least like to get into the 32-second mark. That seems like a good place to be. This is also a good chance to practice getting on the pit road here. It's usually something you don't practice very often. About 45 miles per hour. There we are, right there. We'll do all this. I'm going to add tape to the grill. Maybe we can go a little faster with that. And I'm going to up the right front tire pressure. As you saw at Daytona, that was the tire that really wore out quickly. So we're going to up the pressure and hope that lasts a little bit longer. Not really going to mess with the wedge. That seems pretty good. Alright, our pit stop's done, and let's get back out on the track, see if we can improve our time at all with those minor adjustments. I'll try to stay on the apron and follow the rules of merging. If you remember at the Daytona 500, they didn't really do so. I moved up on the track a little bit, but it shouldn't have impacted anybody too bad. So let's try to run a good lap here. We might get some drafting help here. There is a little bit of drafting effect on these 1.5 miles. Not as much as Daytona or Talladega, but you will get a little bit of a speed boost. So right now we're 14th. Top 24 advanced to round 2. I don't think we're going to be able to get there, but let's try to improve on our lap right now. Not too bad. Probably could have let off in the corner there, but we did pretty well there. Let's try to do the same thing here. Try to arc it up a little bit so we can get maximum speed off the corner. Let's see if we improve our lap at all. We did. We improved by almost 2/10. It didn't improve our position at all. But let's try one more lap. We're going to run this middle groove here, see if that impacts anything. I'll try to arc it up a little bit off the corner. We got Eric Almirola right behind us. Oh, it looks like he's going to try to pass us. Now, this would not happen in real-life qualifying in NASCAR. They usually try to space themselves out a lot better. Alright, we improved by a couple hundredths, but I think that's probably going to be as good as we're going to get, so we're going to stop here. We're going to sim the AI results and see where we end up. Alright, we ended up 33rd. Not the best, but that's probably where we're going to end up. Remember, we're not a restricted track anymore, so we're going to be pretty slow. So we didn't qualify for the second session, so we're just going to go right to the race now.
Hampton, Georgia, home of the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is Rick Allen bringing you the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. The mania of Daytona is behind us, and now the regular season really kicks in.
Alright, Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 at Atlanta. Let's see how we do here. Green is out. I'm already breaking rules again, just like Daytona, passing below the start-finish, before the start-finish line. But that seemed to gain us a lot of positions, so we're going to just say that that was an accident. Remember, I have all the paid DLC, so be sure to check out some of these different paint schemes. We got Danica in the Aspen Dental car. She was in the Nature's Bakery car last week. A lot of the YouTubers that I see playing this game, they don't pay for the DLC, so this will definitely be something that you won't see with other YouTubers. But we are in 28th right now. I'll bring up the leaderboard so you can see who's around us. Just going to kind of stay on the low line here. Busher is kind of pushing us down, but no big deal. Alright, we're going to try to go above Scott here. And let's try to split. No. I tried to split the middle between Reagan and Scott, but that didn't work. We're going to kind of shove Reagan through the corner here. That didn't seem to work very well. We got Clint Boyer and Ryan Blaney passing us. We're going to make it 3 wide here with Reagan. He's just slowing us up right now. But we're losing a whole bunch of spots that we just gained. But we are going to pass Reagan here. Let's see if I can get around some of these guys on the high side. Like I said in Daytona, it's really nice to have some of the multiple grooves that can actually work in this game. A lot of NASCAR games struggle with that. They think the low line is the one and only line that you can go. And if you're on the high line, you're going to be passed immediately. So we're up to 23rd, again, for our second race as a team. That's pretty darn good. Let's see when we're going to have to pit. We have 16 laps on fuel. We're on lap 4 right now. That's going to be lap 20. And that's not going to be halfway, actually. So this might be a fuel mileage race. I'll try to save some fuel. We'll see if we can make it exactly halfway here. We need to make it to lap 21. If we can make it to lap 21, and I don't do anything stupid, we should be in good position. I think these cars are going to try to do 2 pit stops. Usually when it's that close, they don't try to stretch it. So I'm going to try to stretch it out here. Let off the gas a little earlier and then wait a little longer to get back in. Again, our car is so slow that it might do the fuel mileage for us here. Also got tire wear to worry about. Daytona, we weren't too worried about that, but see, our right front tire was already substantially below the other tires. We got Greg Biffle coming underneath us. I was surprised Biffle didn't get a ride this year. I thought, but he was pretty adamant on getting a competitive ride, so that wasn't going to happen. But I was surprised he didn't take a lower team offer, or maybe an offer to run in the Xfinity series, or even the trucks. The truck series has been a fun series to watch, so I wouldn't blame him too much if he wanted to race in the trucks.
That was a great lap. Stay focused.
I remember Dale Earnhardt Jr. in an interview said maybe after he retires, he'll run some truck races. He's never gotten a chance to do that, but that was a couple years ago before he announced his retirement. So I don't know if that plan is still there, but the truck series is really a fun series to watch. Alright, we're on the Stenhouse here. Kind of beating and banging the side there. Still kind of in 23rd. We've gotten a couple cars past us, but we passed a couple cars as well. So
That was a great lap. Stay focused.
Spotter's telling us we're having some great laps right now, so that's good. But I don't know if that's going to help us with our fuel mileage here. I'm going to stretch it until the end of my fuel. Until that estimated fuel is at 0. See if I can get it to halfway. And then we might be able to win this thing on fuel mileage if there's no stupid cautions like last race. NASCAR Heat Evolution tends to have some stupid cautions that don't make any sense. So, as soon as I think I might get ahead, like I was at the Daytona 500, I was going to be able to make it to the end where everybody else had to make a pit stop. They threw a caution out and screwed us over. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But we might be screwed over too by not being able to make it. But I'll bring the leaderboard back up for you. Got Paul Menard right in front of us. We lost a couple spots while I was talking about fuel mileage. Somebody on pit road right now must have had a technical difficulty or something. It's a little too early to be making an actual pit stop. So got Kyle Larson behind us. Very uncharacteristic. But remember, this is 2016. He didn't do excellent at the start of 2016. It was really the end of the season. He got that win at Michigan, and then from there on out he did really well. And he started off with a bang this year as well. So Paul Menard, pretty mediocre driver, but I'm still. He's kind of in that same boat as Regan Smith. I was really happy to see him win that one-off race that he won at the Brickyard. But I don't think he deserves to be in a Cup car. He's just lucky that he has the permanent sponsorship from his family business with Menards. Otherwise, speaking of which, I'm going to just spin him out right now. But if it weren't for that, I don't think he would be in the Cup Series anymore, unfortunately. So he got lucky there. I think Richard Childress could do better. But especially these days, Richard Childress is going to be so focused on his two grandchildren that I don't think anybody else is really going to get much of a shot unless if they can convince him with sponsorship and talent. Because I think he'll ride with Austin and Ty Dillon for quite a while.
Still there. All clear.
Alright, 30 laps to go. I don't remember setting these race lengths to be this long, so maybe I did something wrong in the setup there. It was funny, after I recorded the Daytona 500, I went and played Rocket League on Steam, and I used my PlayStation controller for that. And I still have my PlayStation on, so while I was playing the game on Steam, it still had control over this game, which was still open. So about halfway through, I noticed my controller starting to vibrate. And in Rocket League, that doesn't happen. So I was very confused, but I figured out what was happening. So I hope I didn't accidentally mess up anything, any setups. Yep, just been stuck in 23rd here. I might try to edit some of this down a little bit. Some of these uninteresting segments. Like right now. But we'll see. If they're going to try to split it into two pit stops, I would expect them to start coming down pit road pretty soon here. How are we on fuel? We got 5 laps, so we should be able to make it halfway here. Meanwhile, we've caught up on Austin Dillon, who looks like he's been slowed down by Tony Stewart here.
Still there.
Not quite clear of, well, yes we are. Spotter didn't tell me I was, but we really were. Spotter's a little conservative in this game, really in all NASCAR games. Well, let's see if we can get underneath Dillon here. Oh, we got Martin Truex Jr. I don't know what happened there. Was he coming out of pit road or something? But I was so focused on getting underneath Dillon, I didn't see what was happening there. He might have been coming out of pit road, but I don't think so. How's my tires looking? Oh, yep, see that right front? That's what I mean when I have terrible luck with tire wear. And once we get to the short tracks, it's going to get even worse. So I really got to start managing my tires a lot better. When I first played this game, I always had it on ×4 tire wear, and that was just a bad idea. So that's why I did ×3 tire wear in this playthrough. But it seems like it's still happening. I remember I was in line to win my very first race at, I think it was Martinsville, but I blew a right front tire. And I went into the wall and had to pit. So, especially when we hit those short tracks, I gotta be really conservative with the tires. But we're in the top 20 here. We seem to be faster than some of these guys, which is remarkable. Alright, we got the low fuel light on. That happens when you hit 2 laps to go on your fuel mileage. What lap is it now? 19. So we should be able to make it to lap 21. But it also looks like everybody else is going to make it to lap 21 as well. They might even be able to make it farther. I don't know. But I'm not going to pit this time, but I'm going to pit next time by. I should be able to make it. But it definitely seems like everybody else is getting better fuel mileage than me, which is understandable. So not this time, but next time. Should be able to make it. Alright, looks like some guys are coming down pit road this time. Alright. So we're just going to kind of ease it off here. I don't want to run out of fuel. So our estimated fuel is at 0 right now. Looks like a bunch of people ahead of me are pitting. We haven't run out of fuel yet, so that's good. I'm going to stay on the corner here and start slowing down now. Start braking now. 45 if you remember from practice. So I was a little slow there. We're going to turn the repair off. We'll bring the right front tire pressure up a little bit. See if it can last a little longer. But otherwise, the car felt really good. So let's see how the pit stop does. And hopefully we gain some positions, or at least alright, 15.3 right on the dot. Looks like we're pretty much exactly where we were. We came in right behind Regan Smith, and I think that's who ended up coming out in front of us here. Let's try to gain some track position here. We're going to merge up a little earlier than I wanted. Yep, that's Regan Smith right in front of us. So we have 19 laps left on fuel and 20 laps to go in the race. So it's going to be cutting it really close, but I think we should be in a good position as long as I manage to save a little fuel with my gas pedaling. But let's see where we end up after this pit stop. We see, well, we're passing people. I think this is rubber banding. But we're up to 20th, 19th already. I don't know if everybody's pitted by now. We're going to pass Kurt Busch here pretty easily, which we probably shouldn't be able to do. So definitely the rubber banding seems to be on right now. We're going to try to pass Chase Elliott before they decide I'm in a better position than I should be. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Looks like the rubber banding's been turned off here. So we're in 16th right now. It looks like we're going to pass another car coming off pit road here, and we're going to pass these two guys. We're in 13th. 13th, we got Eric Jones for 12th right in front of us. We must still be a lap down. Well, we're not anymore, because the rubber banding is still happening. But those were cars that we were actually faster than, Eric Jones and Bobby Labonte. But yeah, you can see Chase Elliott and Kurt Busch coming up right now. So we're just going to play the blocking game right now. See if we can keep the position here. We got David Reagan. We're about to lap him. We were racing with him earlier in the race. We got Kurt Busch above us. Looks like Clint Boyer is going to follow him. And I'm going to get trapped. Oh, nope. Oh, there's the yellow. So, with this yellow, I should be able to make it to the end. Everybody else is pitting. I'm going to stay out. I should be able to make it to the end. So I should... yeah, I'm going to end up with the lead here. Yep, here we are with the lead. We got Eric Jones and Bobby Labonte stayed out with us. This could be really bad. But it looks like Eric Jones and Bobby Labonte are going to hold up the field here, and I'm going to get out to a little bit of a lead here. I'll take advantage of it. Looks like we got 11 laps to go and 15 laps on fuel. So we are good on fuel now. But now it's just a matter of blocking people. Alright, I'm just going to keep below line here. So Ryan Newman passes us. But this could be really good if we can manage to keep these guys. Oh, Harvick rammed right into me. Oh, gosh. I got squeezed between Harvick and Logano there, and now everybody's just going to go by me. That's unfortunate, but we're still better than where we were right now. So, if we can maintain the top 20, I'll be really happy with this. Anything better is just a blessing. Oh, that's AJ Allmendinger on our left rear corner panel there. And now we're 3 wide. This is scary. Blaney and Carl Edwards are passing us, and now we got Clint Boyer passing us as well. I'm going to cut in front of Regan Smith here. There's the leaderboard again for you guys. Looks like I'm keeping up with these guys right now. I'm rammed into the back of Blaney here, but no harm, no foul, it seems like. Oh, we're in 3 wide again. We're in 3 wide again. And now we're at the top 15. But again, this is leaps and bounds ahead of where we should be right now. So if we can keep this position, I'll be happy. How many laps we got left? Looks like 8 laps to go. Oh, Chase Elliott got into us, and we got Dale Jr. coming up right with him. Got a little love tap from Junior there. Alright, they passed us. I'm going to try to cut down in front of Biffle here. Not lose any more positions. We should be able to stay ahead of Biffle. We've been passing Biffle a couple times in this race. Oh, but he's good. I ran it up the track and he's going to get underneath me there. Darn it. Now we got Tony Stewart coming up behind us. We're in 19th. That's exactly where we were before the cycle of pit stops happened. So hopefully the game starts to realize that this is where I should be and I won't be getting passed by everybody, but got passed by Stewart there. He's not running away though. We got McMurray behind us. Let's see if we can stay with Stewart here. Because again, this is about where we were before the pit cycle started. So we gained about 4 or 5 positions on that pit cycle, and then we stayed out at the caution. But we gained about 4 or 5 spots. So good job pit crew, good job me getting on the pit road well. That pit stop wasn't particularly fast, but apparently circumstances led us to being ahead of where we were before. But now we're in 21st, so now we're into the not happy zone because I said I wanted to keep the top 20. Got 5 laps to go now. Let's see if we can keep this top 20. I'm going to try to get a run up on McMurray here. Try to pass him on the outside. That's not going to go well. Alright, I think our tire wear is starting to hurt us a little bit. What is our tire wear? Not as bad as it was before, but I can feel it not sticking as well as it was. But now we got Austin Dillon underneath us. Darn it. But our 2 guys ahead aren't pulling away, so maybe we can still save this here. Gonna try to get back underneath Dillon here. Gonna draft off of Stewart. I think Stewart's probably slower than McMurray, so I think he'll be a better candidate to pass here. We're still underneath Dillon, but I think I can get underneath Stewart here as well. And I do just that, but I got on the apron there, so I think Dillon's gonna come up underneath me here, and we're 3 wide. Not where I want to be. But Dillon cleared me, so I'm gonna try to get underneath him. Nope, can't quite do that. Still underneath Stewart, however.
Stay low. Still there. Clear high. Okay, good go, Steve.
Alright, 2 to go. Spotter says 2 to go. We got these guys right in our sights, so not running away from us. We're going to get under McMurray here, follow Dillon right through. And we get the pass on McMurray. Now let's see if we can pass Dillon. We're going to come to the white flag at the line. Not sure who's leading. I remember when I got passed for the lead, Ryan Newman and Kevin Harvick were up there. So I'll be interested to see who wins. But white flag. We're about 6/10 slower than what our best lap of the race is right now. That's to be expected as the run gets longer. I don't know if we're going to be able to get by Dillon, but we're definitely going to hold this 20th spot, which is really good. I'm really happy with that. The crowd's cheering, so somebody's already won the race. Let's make sure that we can finish in 20th here. And we do. 20th position. Very good for a low-funded team that just got its very own garage. That's a very good finish. Very good finish. We got a speed rating of 85, which is the lowest you can get. Alright, let's see who won. He'll scroll through here. 29 cars on the lead lap. Looks like Michael Annett and Trevor Bayne and Casey Mears had some issues. Brad Keselowski wins. over Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick. So good for him. He's a Michigan boy, so I always like rooting for him. But we got another $10,000 out of the deal, which is about exactly what we got last time. Let's see where we are in the standings. We should improve a little bit. 21st. So that's good. We improved a lot from 27th up to 21st. We led a lap again today, so that's good. Under that caution, we led a lap. Alright, so let's move back to the main menu here and see if there's anything new that we can look at. But, very happy with that race. So next race we're going to go to Las Vegas for the Cobalt 400. Dale Jr. tweeting at us, "Hey, congrats on your first NASCAR race." Alright, you're one race too late there, Junior, but okay, great news. We picked up some new secondary sponsors. Check them out and make adjustments in the sponsor menu. So we'll show you guys this and then we'll end the video there. You can earn extra cash during a race by displaying secondary sponsors on your car and completing their requirements. Here at the sponsor page, you can adjust which secondary sponsors you want to display on your car. Some sponsors are willing to pay more, but expect more for it. As you progress, you'll have more locations to display these sponsors. Some locations are more valued than others, so choose wisely where you put a sponsor. Alright, so we got a few sponsorship options. So let's think here. We finished 27th at Daytona, so this would be the highest sponsor we would have gotten there, but we finished 20th here at Atlanta, so that would be the highest sponsor. So let's go for the top 25 with the Can-Am sponsorship. I think we'll start out there and we'll see how the season progresses. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot, and it means a lot that you guys are watching these videos and enjoying them. So I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.